So it's February 24th, 2012. I'm 8 years old. And my best friend Samir, he just got to my house. We're in my living room playing, fucking around. And then I asked Samir, I'm like, yo, you wanna mess around on my grandfather's laptop? On Pop-Pop's laptop? And so we start messing around with it and we get on YouTube. Start watching some videos, it's awesome. And they were like, yo, we should make some videos. Got me and my boys like, what else do we need? And so on February 24th, 2012, well, with my best friend Samir, my childhood best friend, in the childhood home I grew up in, I recorded my first 5 YouTube videos on my grandfather's laptop using his 360p webcam. And ever since that day, February 24th, 2012, I've been in love with creating videos. In my journey the past 12 and a half years, I've made over 500, probably close to 600 videos at this point. But especially in the last 6 months, I've made around 300 of those videos. And I want to talk to you about how 6 months ago you could have locked in, but you didn't. See, 6 months ago, I was just starting my 101 day stint of daily uploads. Today is November 24th, 2024. 6 months ago was May 24th, 2024. And at that point, I was about 9 videos in to my daily uploads, starting May 15th. The thing is, May 15th was a day that changed my life. See, on this day, I got a 26 view video. But it wasn't the views that changed my life, no. It was one view. One view that left one comment. In fact, it was actually 2 comments. The initial one was something around the lines of, hey Jay, love the video, awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, hey, you should post more, bro. Your content's valuable, you know you have stuff to share, you have a message, you've done it before, you've been consistent. What's the net negative to posting more, to be more consistent? And at that point, I really did want to get into my posting more consistently. I knew I had a message that I wanted to share. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to be creating. I've been in love with YouTube for fucking over a decade. But I still had blocks there. You know, I started this channel trying to take it seriously back in December of 2023, so almost a year ago at this point. But, you know, even though I uploaded consistently for 3 weeks every day, from December 7th to January 2nd or 3rd, I fell off. And there were so many blocks. I had so many limited beliefs. I had such little conviction in myself. And because I had such a poor mindset, such limited beliefs, I had blocks on my creativity. I didn't think I could be myself. You know, I like to say that all creation is an expression of the self. And so if you're having blocks on creating consistently, it's because you probably feel like you can't express yourself fully, authentically, vulnerably. And so, you know, if you've gotten programming that you can't be who you are, that these traits that you have is silly, or your art is stupid, or you can't be in business, or content is dumb, or whatever it is, whatever programming that you had instilled in you by your parents, or by society, or by schools, or by peers, or by even content influencers, whatever bullshit programming you had into you that is holding you back, it's making you, it's keeping you in a reality that you don't want to be in, keeping you in a life that you don't want to be in. I'm probably not the first person that you watched a self-improvement video about. Now, I've been on my own self-improvement journey for the past 16 months, since last July, kind of last May. I like to say that I discovered self-improvement May of 2023. I started getting onto it July of 2023. I started taking it seriously in November 2023 when I found Hamza. And Hamza actually got me into a book called The Way of the Superior Man, which is how I started getting more into my spiritual journey, actually, which led me back to my Christian roots. But that kind of led to a conflict because I didn't resonate with all of Christianity, especially like a lot of the dogma. And that led me to finding Christian mysticism. And mysticism led me down a super mystical, esoteric, metaphysical path for the past 7 months. And so now I want to bring a more mystical, esoteric, metaphysical perspective to self-improvement. Because that, you know, connecting back with God and realizing my oneness, realizing spirituality, realizing my purpose through this lens of spirituality, through metaphysics. Sorry about that. There are some dogs here at the park barking at each other. Yeah, connecting with God and like this more mystical, esoteric approach to self-improvement that I cultivated myself is what really allowed me to make so much progress since April, which is when I discovered this path. And so in May, once I really started getting consistent and I started building that, I was like, all right, bet I can start taking action. You know what I mean? I can really start making moves. And so back in May, I got that comment and my boy asked me, he pushed me. And back then I didn't really believe in myself, honestly. Or that viewer did. Eventually he turned into my boy Jake. He's my dog. But eventually that viewer, he pushed me in that comment. And I kind of like answered and I was like, oh man, I've been having limited beliefs. Like maybe we can hop on a call. Like I do, but I was like, it's basically just limited beliefs. You know what I mean? And Jake said something I'll never, ever, ever forget. He said, if you need an external push, you're already losing yourself to self-doubt. Start now, dog. And from that day, May 15th, until August 24th, I uploaded every fucking day, 101 days. That was like 130 plus videos. And in the past 6 months, I haven't missed longer than 2 weeks. So I haven't missed an upload for longer than 12 days in the past 6 months. 6 months ago, I really decided I want to lock in on my YouTube journey, on my business, my coaching journey, on my inner work, my spirituality journey. I want to I want to be a better version of myself. I want to be a better man. I want to be a better creator. I want to be a better leader. I want to be a better servant of my creator. That is what I want. Like, I want to live from love. I want to live from the heart. I want to guide people to do the same. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm about to lock in even fucking harder. My goals for quarter 1 of 2025 is to pray 100 times to deepen my connection with God, gain more mental clarity, connect with stillness. It's to write 100 newsletters to deepen, write 100 newsletters with stories so I can improve as a storyteller and also nurture my audience for business. And then I want to also perform 100 workouts. And that's just like my definition of a lift right now. Since I'm a very beginner. Like I literally started lifting 3 weeks ago. So right now, every lift that I do is basically like 1 or 2 exercises. And I do like usually 3 to 5 sets of each exercise. And so I'm just going up and doing 1 exercise per session because that's making it fun and easy for me to show up. And it's meeting my skill level with this challenge. And so as I grow, I'll add on exercises to sessions. But right now in quarter 1, 2025, my goal is to do every single one of those things. Pray, write a newsletter, and do a workout every single day. And every week, I have to have a day where I do an extra one so I can hit that 100 in those 90 days. Now, I'm not gonna go too crazy on myself. Maybe I'm feeling dumb sore and like I can't lift a certain day. All right, cool. Go lift twice tomorrow. The goal is to be as consistent as possible, but if I, miss a day or 2 here and there, it's okay because I can still compensate. By viewing this goal in this 90-day period, purely focused on input, that is what I feel like is going to propel me. Because I can purely focus on what I can actually control. By focusing purely on the input of doing the lift, of writing the newsletter, of doing the prayer, I know that I'm putting in action that can create a reality that I want to experience. And so what are the actions that you want to have, right? What are the things that you want to do that's going to get you closer to your goals? My goals are to grow muscle, grow strength. That's why I want to lift. My goal is to be a better storyteller, to improve my email open rate, and to get more sales. So that's why I'm including stories and why I'm writing a fuck ton of newsletters. And another one of my goals is to deepen my connection with God and have a greater sense of stillness and connection. And so that's why I'm doing prayers. I was thinking this morning, I was like, I like to see prayer as like talking to God, and then stillness or like meditation as listening and receiving. And I think that being able to have both sides of that communication is very important. And so that's why I'm going to do prayer, because I've done a lot of meditation and stillness practices in the last year, but I haven't cultivated prayer much, and that's something that I want to practice on because I feel like that's a skill that I want to work on. And so I want to put in a fuck ton of reps. And so I'm following Hormozi's rule of 100. Do that for yourself. That's what I'm doing. If you want to lock in right now If you want 2025 to be your best year, like I want it to be mine, lock in right now, right? Don't start on January 1st. That's bullshit. You're trying to tell me you're trying to hit the biggest, you're trying to do the biggest things of your life, but you're trying to start with no momentum? You're trying to kill it in the first quarter of 2025, but you're starting at 0 with no momentum? Nah, gang, you're fucking up. You got to start right now. Quarter 1 of 2025 is directly affected by quarter 4 of 2024. And so how are you ending your year? What are you doing with these last 5 to 6 weeks that we have? Are you tapped in? Are you locked in? I am. Every day I'm trying to get after it. I did my prayer this morning. I actually haven't dropped. Have I dropped a newsletter today? I don't think I've dropped a newsletter today, but I am. I have the one I'm writing. There's actually like some images and stuff I got to do, so it's a lot of bullshit. But I'm dropping that thing today, and I'm finna go hit a lift after I record this video actually. So I'm getting into the practice of doing these things every day that I want to do in quarter 1 because I want to build that momentum right now. And so let me ask you, what are your goals? Like, pick 1 to 3. For me, I'm a polymath, I'm a Renaissance creator, I'm a generalist, and so I like having multiple goals. I have a physical goal, lifting, right? I have a spiritual goal, connection with God, prayer, and I have a mental / creative goal / business goal. So maybe a physical goal, a spiritual goal, and then a artistic or business goal. Those are my parameters. Maybe you can adopt those 3 if you'd like. And then what are the inputs? So what is the skill that you want to cultivate? What is the outcome that you want to have? And then what actions can you take to do that? So maybe you want to become a more articulate speaker. How could you do that? Well, you could speak a fuck ton. Like you could record, let's say your was to record 100 videos. So every day you record a video. I've made over 300 videos in the past 6 months. Do you think I was speaking like this on those first ones? Fuck no. It's taken time to cultivate this skill, and it takes intention to speak like this, to articulate like this, to come off with this tone, with this aura, with this presence. Reps. I want to get reps in improving as a writer and a storyteller, so that's what I'm doing. I'm writing stories. I want to improve as a lifter, in bodybuilding, so I'm lifting. If you want to be a better speaker, speak. If you want to be a better runner, run. If you want to be a better writer, write. If you want to be a better reader, read. Focus on the inputs. Because when you focus on the input, that's everything. Like, I grew a fuck ton from May 15th, from like basically May to July. I went from 69 to like 1,000 subs from May 15th to like August 2nd or 3rd is when I hit 1,000 subs. Since August 2nd to November 24th right now, in that last 3 months, I've grown like maybe around 300 subscribers. I'm almost at 1,300. So I'm at 1,296, I think, right now. And so in those first 3 months of my journey, I grew like 1,000 subs, 900 subs. And then these last 3 months, I've grown like 400, right? Why is that? Well, that's because the momentum that I built, I lost. See, the thing is, I was focused on input. I was focused on doing the work. I was focused on, all right, I'm going to show up and I'm going to make a video every day from May 15th to August 24th. That was when I was doing my daily uploads. But, around the end of July, beginning of August, I got into a relationship. And because of that, I really started heavily shifting my focus on making money and growing on YouTube so I could make more money. So I could, have a sustainable lifestyle with this partner that I wanted to create. But by shifting focus, I stopped doing the thing that was working and creating my results, and thus I started to fall down. I started going down a downhill. By shifting focus, instead of focusing on my input and focusing on output, I started getting no output because I wasn't actually doing the inputs to create the outputs because I was too focused on the outputs. You get what I'm saying here? If you allow me to get esoteric real quick, there's a book called The Rosicrucian Principles for Home and Business I was reading last week. And in it, the author, Harvey Spencer Lewis, he's actually the founder of like the American Rosicrucian Order, AMORC, which is the ancient mystical order of Rosicross. But basically, in his book, The Rosicrucian Principles for Home and Business, Harvey was talking about how most people, like when it comes to affirmations for manifestation, they're too focused on like the physical reality itself, the effect. The thing is, this reality you're currently experiencing has already been created by a previous version of yourself. The muscle that you currently have wasn't created by you today. It was created by a previous version of yourself. The YouTubers I have right now wasn't created by me today. It was created by a previous version of myself, right? And so the reality you're currently experiencing is the reality that a previous version of yourself created. And so what the mirror principle says is that your internal state is that previous version and your external reality is the current thing, right? And so this physical plane, this physical reality, what we're experiencing, has been created internally through the mental and spiritual planes already. And so basically in the mirror principle, it says that if we want to grow, right, if we want to shift our external, we need to shift our internal. And by focusing on our internal state, by focusing on the cause, which is the internal, you can actually do something about changing your reality. If you're too focused on the effect, you'll never be able to do anything about it. Money comes as a byproduct of value. For me, money comes as a byproduct of giving people value that changes their lives, and then them coming to me to pay me for more value to change their lives. That's how I create money. And so if I don't give people value first, how the fuck am I gonna make any money? I'm not. And so if I'm not focusing on providing as much value as possible, if I'm not focusing on serving my people as much as possible, I ain't making no fucking money. And since I wasn't really doing that, honestly, like in May, June, July, 100%. But from August and October, it was tough. In November, I've really just been stepping back into that. And so, I made my first $50 online in June. I made my first $1,200 online or $1,300 in July. And then I made about another $450 from recurring clients, just previous clients, no new sales in August. September, $0. October, $100. November might be looking like another $0 month for me. And that's cool. Because I'm not focused on the output. I'm not focused on the effect. Nah. Because I know that by focusing on the cause, the actions, my internal state, by focusing on the work I can actually do, like the letters, like the lifts, like the prayers, those actions are going to move me closer to the reality I want to be in. And so I just focus all on the cause, not on the effect. What are your goals? What inputs can you do to start moving towards those? What inputs can you do to start moving closer towards those goals? Ask yourself those two questions, figure those twos out, and lock the fuck in, baby. You know that you have greater potential than what you've realized. You know that you want to make progress. Why the fuck aren't you? Why the fuck aren't you? If you're still not sure, you can book a one-to-one mindset coaching call with me. I'll help you figure it out. I'm great at breaking limited beliefs. If you found this video valuable, I'd appreciate if you drop a sub, keep growing up our spiritual tribe here on YouTube. And if you're interested in getting more insights from me, I shoot daily emails to my newsletter. Check that out. It's in the description. It's called Jaden's Curiosity Chronicles. It's completely free. Besides that, appreciate all this love and support like always, guys. Always means a ton. Do it today. Be better for it tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay loving. Catch you on next vid. Thumbs out.